What if I told you Sylvester Stallone turned down $340,000 for a script with just $106 in his bank account? Producers thought he was out of his mind. Friends told him to take the cash. But Stallone bet it all on being Rocky. Literally. Why would someone risk everything for a role? Let's find out. Number 20. Stallone wrote Rocky in 3 days while almost homeless and eating cheap snacks. Picture a cramped New York apartment with barely any heat, the fridge empty except for a few slices of pizza and a half-eaten candy bar. In that pressure cooker, Sylvester Stallone types the first draft of Rocky in just 3 days, March 1975, after watching Ali vs. Wepner. He pours in everything he's got: hunger, hope, and stubborn grit. The original script has a much darker edge, but Stallone keeps rewriting, reshaping Rocky into an underdog you can't help but root for. By summer, he's out of money but holding on to something no one else can see. A story about getting up, not just winning. This wild gamble sets up a legendary act of defiance. Number 19. He said no to $340,000 just so he could play Rocky himself. Crazy stubborn. Studios throw cash at Stallone, waving up to $340,000 for the script, a fortune in 1975, especially when your rent's late and you're living on peanut butter. But there's a catch. He has to give up playing Rocky. Every agent, every friend, even his own family tells him to take the deal. But Stallone holds the line. He keeps repeating, "I am Rocky. If I sell this script, I go back to being nobody." Producers finally agree, but slash the budget to about $1 million and take a chance on an untested lead. That stubborn choice, risking everything for one shot, gives Rocky its real-life underdog magic. What price would you pay for your own dream? That question haunts him until the movie wraps. Number 18. Stallone sold his own dog for $40, then bought him back for $15,000 after Rocky blew up. Imagine hitting rock bottom so hard you have to sell your best friend just to eat. Stallone's bull mastiff, Butkus, means the world to him, but with less than $110 in the bank, he lets him go for $40 outside a liquor store. Months pass, and Rocky finally sells. Suddenly, Stallone has enough money to buy Butkus back. The new owner holds out, knowing Stallone's famous, so the price jumps to $15,000. Stallone pays it, no questions asked. Butkus gets a new role, Rocky's dog in the movie, a living symbol of loyalty and never letting go. That bond on screen? Totally real. With his old friend at his side, Stallone turns every setback into fuel. Number 17. The turtles in the movie? Yeah, those were Stallone's real pets. Every pet shop scene hides a secret. Those turtles in the tank, named Cuff and Link, are actually Stallone's pets. He picks them up before filming, and they keep living with him long after the movie wraps. Years later, he shares photos proving Cuff and Link are still around, old but healthy, outlasting most of the cast. They even pop up again in Creed 2, decades after their film debut. It's a weird, low-key detail. The only Rocky cast members never replaced, never recast. Cuff and Link become a living link back to Stallone's toughest days, quietly reminding him and us how far he's come. Next, a budget problem turns into cinematic magic. Number 16. Rocky's ice rink date was empty because they couldn't afford extras, so he rewrote it. Most romances go big with crowds and glitter, but Rocky's first date with Adrian happens in a rink that's totally empty, except for one cranky janitor. The original plan calls for a busy, lively arena, but the production can't pay for hundreds of extras. Stallone rewrites on the spot. Now, Rocky has to beg for just 10 minutes alone with Adrian on the ice. Talia Shire later says this quiet, awkward scene made their chemistry real and raw. Two outcasts finding each other with no distractions. That little budget cut actually gives the movie its most vulnerable moment. When you watch it now, the silence feels so honest, it hurts. What happens next takes that rawness straight into the streets. Number 15. Stallone's jog through Philly was totally guerrilla style. No permits, just go, go, go. Most movies need city permits, security, and blocked-off streets. Rocky throws all that out. Stallone puts on gray sweats and just starts running. The crew shoots fast and loose, following him in a battered van with a handheld camera. Locals don't even know a movie's being filmed, so everything looks totally real. There's a moment in the Italian market where a fruit vendor tosses him an orange. That's just a guy working his stall. No script, no cue. Stallone rolls with it, never breaking character. That spontaneous energy gives Rocky its authentic, almost documentary feel. Every step through Philly feels earned, not staged. But the real breakthrough comes when they get to those famous steps. Number 14. That run up the museum steps? Invented Steadicam and made Philly a tourist spot. Before Rocky, nobody outside Philadelphia cared about a staircase at the art museum. Then, with a brand new Steadicam rig and one chance to shoot, Stallone sprints up all 72 steps while the camera floats behind him. Smooth, steady, groundbreaking. Inventor Garrett Brown tests his device there, and the footage impresses the director so much it becomes the movie's signature shot. The crew has to move fast before anyone notices. After Rocky's release, tourists from all over come to run the steps and take pictures, so the city adds a bronze Rocky statue and even shoe prints at the top. One small scene changes the city forever and proves you don't need big money to make a landmark. Now, let's see how Rocky's training scenes steal from real boxers. Number 13. Rocky's beef punching scene, inspired by real boxer Joe Frazier pounding meat IRL. In the world of boxing, nothing says tough like beating up slabs of raw meat. That idea comes straight from Joe Frazier, Philadelphia's own heavyweight champion, who actually trained in a meat locker. He'd punch hanging beef until his knuckles bled. Stallone borrows the routine, turns it into Rocky's most famous training moment, and then puts Frazier himself in the movie as a guest. The smell, the cold, the echo of those punches, every detail comes from real gym legends. Suddenly, a low-budget scene takes on the weight of true Philly history. The film's authenticity deepens when Stallone finds a way to bring in his whole family for free. Number 12. Stallone's whole family's in the movie. His dad rings the bell, bro sings, wife snaps pics. Every Hollywood shortcut helps when cash runs low. Stallone's father gets a cameo as the ring timekeeper in the big fight. His brother Frank sings on the street corner, adding to the gritty soundtrack. Even Stallone's then-wife, Sasha Zak, works as the set photographer, taking real shots that appear in Rocky's bedroom. These choices keep costs down, but add a real-life flavor to every frame. You get an unfiltered window into Stallone's world, right there on screen, with family voices and faces woven into the legend. But the movie's fight scenes get so real, the line between acting and pain almost disappears. Number 11. He bruised his ribs filming. Apollo's actor broke his nose. Yeah, it was rough. Fake punches rarely land perfectly. During the final fight, Stallone gets his ribs banged up, while Carl Weathers, playing Apollo, walks away with a broken nose. The irony is wild. In the film, Rocky's the one with a broken nose, and Apollo takes the rib shots, but real life flips it. The boxing choreography runs long and complex, sometimes pushing the actors past their limits. Stallone later says every bruise you see is the price of refusing stunt doubles. That exhaustion you spot in the last rounds? Genuine. Next up, a painting mistake becomes a perfectly awkward Rocky moment. Number 10. The movie poster got Rocky's shorts color wrong. They just wrote it into the script. Promoters want big, bold posters for the climactic fight, but a miscommunication leads the artist to paint Rocky's shorts red with a white stripe instead of the other way around. There's no money left to fix the huge banner, So the director and Stallone improvise. Rocky spots the mistake, shrugs, and the fight goes on. That off-color detail lands because it matches Rocky's life. He's always a little out of place, never quite getting what he wants. Instead of hiding the error, the movie puts it front and center, deepening the sense of outsider status. Now, a quiet detail returns decades later to surprise old fans. Number 9. Rocky's pet shop turtles, Cuff and Link, are still alive and showed up in Creed Dust 2. Rocky's low-key animal sidekicks, Cuff and Link, aren't just movie props. They're real turtles owned by Stallone himself. In a wild twist, those turtles live long enough to make cameos in Creed Doaken, over 40 years after their original appearance. Stallone posts proof. The pair still hangs out in his tank, growing larger every year. For fans, seeing the same turtles decades later brings Rocky's journey full circle, tying nostalgia to real life. Little background choices like these build continuity you can feel. But nothing keeps the fans coming back like one physical place. Number 8. The Philly steps are called Rocky Steps now. There's even a statue. Tourists everywhere. Long after the cameras pack up, the Philadelphia Museum of Art's 72 steps transform into a real-world finish line. Thousands of tourists, locals, and runners recreate Rocky's sprint and signature arms-raised victory. The city even installs a bronze Rocky statue at the bottom, along with bronze shoe prints up top. Philadelphia embraces the underdog legacy. Kids, boxers, and travelers now come just to climb those steps and channel the same never-quit energy. The scene rewires a city's identity. All this because a studio took a gamble and cut the budget for a rookie star. Number 7. Studios slash the budget to let Stallone star, so that gritty look is just real life. Movie studios usually throw millions at a big fight picture, but United Artists cuts Rocky's budget to about $1 million, half the original plan, just to keep Stallone in the lead. Every dollar counts, they shoot fast, use real locations, rely on natural light, and hire minimal crew. That raw, unpolished style makes the film feel honest and tough, never slick or fake. This forced realism turns a financial risk into a creative asset, shaping Rocky's underdog story right down to the texture of every frame. What happens when you let the city itself fill your cast? The answer is hiding in plain sight. Number 6. Real locals ended up as extras in street scenes. Nobody asked, they just showed up. Location managers are nowhere in sight when Rocky's crew hits Philly's Italian market. Stallone jogs through crowds of real vendors, shoppers, and early risers, most of whom have zero clue a movie's being made. The orange-tossing vendor is just a guy working his stall. His move stays in the film forever. Real reactions, unfiltered faces, and genuine confusion make every street shot feel alive. By letting the city breathe, the filmmakers create a time capsule of Philadelphia in the 1970s. The scenes capture so much reality, you can almost smell the produce. Meanwhile, the crew scrambles to get the perfect shot on the move. Number 5. They filmed the street running scenes with a van and a camera out the back window. Forget dollies, cranes, or fancy rigs. The crew stuffs themselves into the back of a moving van, doors open, camera rolling. Stallone pounds the pavement out front, dodging cars and pedestrians, while Steadicam inventor Garrett Brown runs beside him to keep shots steady. Every setup happens on the fly, with almost no time to stop traffic or ask for second takes. This down and dirty method gives the movie's training scenes a wild, restless energy you can't fake in a studio. The result is a living, breathing city, always in motion, just like Rocky himself. When the action slows down, emotion takes over. Number 4. Rocky's big speech was mostly Stallone ad-libbing. Dude just went for it. Late at night, Rocky stands in an empty arena, quietly telling Adrian that he knows he can't beat Apollo, but just wants to go the distance. The script barely covers the raw honesty Stallone pours into this scene. He lets the words flow, riffing on real fears, late-night doubts, and hope in the face of impossible odds. That speech transforms Rocky from a brawler into a soul you root for, breaking the typical sports movie mold. Real vulnerability draws you in, making every punch feel personal. Next, the man who becomes Apollo lands the part by challenging Stallone's ego in person. Number 3. Carl Weathers, Apollo, got the gig by pretending to punch Stallone in the face. Casting calls usually play it safe, but Carl Weathers takes a wild swing. During his audition, he sparred with Stallone and then claims he'd do better with a real actor opposite him. The insult lands hard, but Stallone laughs it off, and the casting team sees the spark they need for Apollo Creed, a real sense of rivalry and edge. Weathers' confidence and sharpness clinch the role. On screen, that push-pull turns their fight scenes electric. With Apollo locked in, Rocky's biggest upset is right around the corner, this time at the Oscars. Number 2, Rocky was a total Oscar underdog, then won Best Picture over Taxi Driver. No joke. At the 1977 Oscars, no one expects a cheap, unknown boxing movie to go the distance. Rocky faces off against heavyweights like Taxi Driver and Network, both loaded with stars and prestige. But the Academy shocks everyone. Rocky takes home Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Editing out of 10 nominations. The film's surprise win cements its underdog legend. Suddenly, Rocky isn't just a movie. It's a movement, making millions and inspiring real boxers, writers, and dreamers everywhere. In the shadows of that triumph, though, a true-life fighter demands recognition. Number 1. The guy who inspired Rocky, Wepner, sued Stallone for cash. Settled, of course. Before any of this, Chuck Wepner, a New Jersey brawler known as the Bayonne Bleeder, went 15 rounds with Muhammad Ali in 1975. Wepner knocks Ali down and nearly makes history, earning the world's respect as a total long shot. Stallone watches the fight and feels lightning strike. That night gives him Rocky's bones. Years later, Wepner sues, claiming Rocky is really his story and asking for millions in damages. The two settle quietly, and Wepner finally gets credit as the real-life underdog. Sometimes the truth behind the legend comes out swinging harder than any movie punch. You think that's wild? There's more where that came from. These facts barely scratch the surface. Another secret's about to drop, so click the next video right now. This story's just getting started.